Hi, I'm Areej and I am doing this project with Khushi. Today our topic is on the effects of the Industrial Revolution. We chose this topic because we thought it was interesting to learn about. Everyone focuses on what is happening now, but we want to know what happened in the past and what changes led to the world we all know and live on today. We wanted to focus on why our world is so polluted and how that came to be. So what was the Industrial Revolution? The Industrial Revolution was a period in time where rural societies in Europe and many other places became industrialized. The Industrial Revolution took place in between the 18th and 19th century in Britain. Before the revolution, life in Britain was extremely hard for people. They had to do most tasks by hand, tasks such as tending crops and weaving cotton. There were many important inventions that helped the world, and some are more important than others, like the steam engine by Thomas Avery. Before the steam engine was invented, people had to put a lot of effort and time into transporting goods. The steam engine made people's lives easier as it could carry heavy loads, go farther, and all in a faster amount of time. But the steam engine was not the only important breakthrough. There was the cotton spinning jenny by James Hargreaves in 1765. The cotton spinning jenny was efficient and fast. Cotton goods became cheaper and the clothes it produced were more comfortable to wear. So these inventions helped a lot and humans were able to live easier lives. But not everything has a happy ending. There were many negatives about the Industrial Revolution, such as working conditions. The world was just getting used to these breakthroughs, so naturally in the beginning things were just messed up. The working conditions were horrible, they were very unhygienic. So naturally these people were prone to diseases. There were also many instances where kids as young as 7 could be working in a coal mine for long hours with little to no pay. This was called child labor, and it was a big issue since there were no laws against it in the beginning. So these factories also caused environmental damage. The factories produce smoke, which is bad for the air we breathe. People would get severe lung diseases because they weren't used to it. These gases would also be trapped in the atmosphere, causing global warming. Global warming got worse and worse every year. The factories would also dump their waste into water, which would cause the water to be polluted, also causing many waterborne diseases such as cholera or typhoid if drank. At one point in Britain, death rates were high and the number one cause was waterborne diseases. Animals and plants were affected by this big change. Now that they were cutting down more trees for the machines, they were disrupting the natural habitat in maybe millions of species all living in one tree. Animals such as the tiger or the elephant were more prone to being extinct after the world began to industrialize. There were also positive effects. The world became more modernized and advanced. Machines could do the work of many men, and the products were also better. So here we have a picture of the world's climate back in 1884. As you can see, most areas have either blue or green. Blue or green indicate that the climate was cool. Now we have a picture of the world's climate in 2015. Most areas are red, yellow, or orange. These colors indicate that the climate was hot, much hotter than it was back in 1884. Back in the 1800s was when the world first began to modernize. Modernization meant more factories. Factories meant more smoke being released into the air. The air trapped the smoke, causing it to trap heat as well. Britain has been having this problem for decades now, and there are many organizations that want to help. The Pollution Prevention Guidelines, also known as the PPG, is an organization in Britain that hopes to educate people on this matter. They encourage people to ride bikes or take a train to work. They say that these little things can really help the environment in Britain, and their aim is to decrease as much as pollution as possible. Remember that pollution is not an issue only in Britain, but also in numerous other countries, the whole world probably. You can do your part by helping in helping by doing a simple task, such as maybe riding a bike to a store nearby, drinking water from a water fountain instead of a plastic water bottle, or maybe even just recycling a piece of trash. So now we have some interesting facts. Did you know that before the Industrial Revolution, 80% of Britain were farmers? Afterwards, only 3% of Britain were farmers. And did you know that no matter where you are, the world continues to industrialize to this day? So the world isn't even fully modernized. Did you know that no one really knows why Britain was the most industrialized? Theorists have been trying to figure this out for many years now, and they came up with some reasons that are not confirmed, but they are theories. Number 1. Coal. Britain was very abundant in coal at those times that helped numerous inventions such as the steam engine. Just because Britain had so much of it didn't mean it was the only country with coal. Many other countries did too. Number 2. Wages. Britain had the highest wages in the world at the time. The fuel cost there was also cheaper, so it was economically efficient for the manufacturers. Number 3. Small population. Britain had a very small population before the Industrial Revolution. Small populations required labor-saving inventions. Number 4. There were also many instances in where people thought that Europe was simply more superior to other countries. Many people thought that Europe was the only place where science came from. They also thought that Europe had a cultural superiority, which means that they thought they were simply smarter than other countries, which is entirely false. Well, we will probably never know, and with that, I will end this presentation. Thank you.